wataka kuniua bure baba, wataka kuniua bure baba. Yule si wako nami si wangu, chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Le 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 lo, oh, oh, mama. Hasira za nini wewe? Hasira za nini wewe? Wataka kuniua bure baba, wataka kuniua bure baba. Wako hayuko, wangu hayuko, chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Le 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 lo, oh, oh, mama. Hasira za nini wewe bwana? Hasira za nini wewe bwana? Wataka kuniua bure baba, wataka kuniua bure baba. Wewe una wako nyumbani nami nina wangu nyumbani, chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Kasema sina makosa wewe bwana, sina makosa wewe bwana. Ayo sina makosa wewe bwana.
Another day. Another day, another presentation. What a way to say welcome to the program inside District number 13, where we lighten it. We put the flames on the issues that matter, the growth and development of the district. So it's good to be back here. Whenever the clock is clicking, 5 o'clock, it gets running. Sit in the block rocking chairs. Provide you the major happiness within District number 13. So too many things to talk about. Too many things to talk about this evening. All you have to do is join the conversation at about this time. So I am your regular host, Mohammed Vani Khan. To all of our friends, what we have to say to you is join the conversation at about this time where we will rumble through the issues that matter to the growth and development of district number 13. It promises to be a more watery conversation as we dive into the issues. You cannot afford to miss it. Too many things to talk about, too many things to unpack. That's it. So this is the signature tune of the program inside district number 13. So whenever you hear this, just know that it is the program inside district number 13. So here is the lineup for you. At about 5:37, we go to our regular routine. Crisscrossing the continent of Africa, where we crisscross the continent of Africa, bringing major happenings across the nation's capital, Monrovia. So here we go. So here we go. Crisscrossing the continent of Africa. So crisscrossing the continent of Africa. Our first stop will be in Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya has been hit by a recent wave of repression, tarnishing its reputation as a beacon of democracy in East Africa. Critics fear that it is sliding down the path of Uganda and Tanzania, both of which are notorious for cracking down on dissent. Nigerian states are now in charge of their own electricity. In 2024, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed the Electricity Amendment Bill into law, giving the states the authority to generate, transmit, and distribute power within their borders. The law will also allow states to license private investors to operate mini grids and power plants. And our last stop will be Central African Republic, where 29 children who were taking their school exams in the Central African Republic have been killed in a crash after a nearby explosion caused panic. Where a hospital director told the BBC the blast on the second day of the high school finals on Wednesday occurred at electricity transformer, said Iba Asher from the Banjul Community Hospital. So before we go, let's take this from Nairobi, Kenya. A family of 19-year-old David Wangi has spoken out after the teenager was shot dead During the anti-government protests in Kenya, the United Nations has called for an independent and transparent investigation into the deaths of protesters. At least 16 people were killed by police. The demonstrations, according to human rights group Amnesty International. The government denies using excessive force. So that is it right there for. So that is it right there for crisscrossing the continent of Africa. What next? Is it the nation? So we transition back to the district. Right in district number 13. So we take this break, and as soon as we come back, we dive into the issues that matter. The growth and development of district number 13. So just the break. Just this break. Yeah, just the break.
Hasira za nini we Bwana, hasira za nini we Bwana, wataka kuniua bure Baba, wataka kuniua bure Baba. Wewe una wako nyumbani na mimi na wangu nyumbani, chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Chukia nini kati yangu mimi na.
All right, so we have to take the music down a little bit, and then dive into the issues that matter to the growth and development of district number 13. Yep. So too many things to talk about. A couple of weeks we have been off the radio. More precisely, due to some administrative reason, we have been off the radio because of some administrative reason where management was doing something satisfactory to you, the listeners, to you, the audience. So before we go through the conversation, we would like to notify those who are following via our live Facebook feed. Hajid is following. Mame Malasbon following from Bacho Facho community. Tawon Zedan, good evening, Mr. Kane. I'm watching from Ning, Georgia, district number 13, Molly Kekwe. She's also following. So thanks to all of our followers. That is how we like to notify every one of you who are following the conversation. So what we share to you right now is share the live video as you wish to share it so we can reach those who so the live video can reach many people. So you just have to share the live video. Too many things to talk about. While we were off the radio, there were a lot of things happening within the district. There were a lot of things that happens within the district, and we think it is our responsibility to talk about some of these things that happened when we were off the radio. So our first stop will be the learning institutions within district number 13. Some of these schools that are operating within the district. Here is it. Here is it. We have a lot of schools operating within the district, and then some of them are in a deplorable conditions. Some of these schools are not worth to be one of, should not be recognized as a learning institution or as an institution for primary education. if you just take a survey, you take a walk around the district, you're going to know that there are a lot of schools operating within the district. They are way below the belt. In terms of infrastructure, you cannot compare some of them to some of the schools that we know around here. In terms of infrastructure, no, they are way below the belt. In terms of a better learning facility, in terms of the kinds of education they provide or they are providing to students is far below the belt. So here is it. They should join the concern of the district education officer that if you are just sitting at your office and then thinking everything is okay, things are not really okay. If we are to get a better education system in this country, those who are the providers for primary educations in this country should firstly set the standard, and that standard should be at a point where people will say, yes, this is what we want. These are the kinds of people we need. These are the kinds of people we are looking for to contribute to the education system of this country. Some of these schools should not be operating. We don't want to sit on the microphone to call the name of some of these schools. There are some of the schools within the district should be closed at about this time. It is even possible that some of them are yet to get a permit from the Ministry of Education. And all of these things, we will not just blame it on the district education officer, but let us also look at the inspectorate team or the inspectorate division at the Ministry of Education. What are they doing? Do they just sit at those offices, enjoy the air conditioned office, enjoy their salaries and benefits that comes on a monthly basis, or they are concerned about the learning condition? It is not just about the district education. It is not just about the district education officer doing what she's supposed to be doing. This is a responsibility that also rests on the shoulder of the inspector of the inspector director or whosoever person is the inspector or whosoever person that has been given the responsibility to serve as an inspector at the Ministry of Education should start to do the work he or she was appointed for. You can sit in your office every now and then thinking like everything is okay, and that which of course things are not okay. There are schools within the district. Infrastructure wise, they are zero. The kinds of people they bring to the classroom, they are zero. You will get a young man who is still in high school teaching some of these schools around here. It is happening. It is happening within the district. Take a look. These things are happening. It is not something to say it is in hiding. We have seen it. So we hope the district education officer will step up her game. And I hope to have a conversation with her one of these days where we can bring her in our studio and then we ask her all of the hard questions. What is she doing about some of these things? Because if the primary education is not very solid, that is the foundation of education. So if that foundation is not very solid, you don't expect a person to enter the junior high or senior high or a tertiary education and then start competing with people. The primary foundation should be very solid. There are a lot of schools, and because of poverty, some of our parents who cannot afford to send their children to some of these schools, that should not be in existence. Only because our parents cannot afford, poverty has endangered their lives so much. Some of them were born into it, some of them are living into it, some of them born their children, and some of them children have, in fact, they some of them have children and grandchildren into this particular thing. At the end of the day, we shift blame on national government. So we have to look at all of these things. Madam District Education Officer, I hope you take that into serious consideration and do what you're supposed to do about it. The next stop is the issue about this particular company in Battery Factory community that is called Effort Bersian Mining Company. These guys, they have been operating in the Battery Factory community for over 5 years, and they signed up to a document. In that particular document, there are terms and conditions they sign up to. There are commitments that were made, not an over commitment, but a documented agreement, a documented commitment within that particular document. But until today, these guys are yet to fulfill those promises, to live up to what they sign up to. And you get the community leadership sit in the community, do nothing about it. And then these are some of the people who shift blame on national leaders. They chastise national leaders. They criticize national leaders. They ask national leaders all of the hard questions. But just a community to manage the affairs of the community, it becomes a serious problem for some of our leaders. Here is it. A company sign up to your community. The company says, this is what we're going to do. These are the things we're going to do within the community that we are operating in. We're going to make sure we open your alleys. We're going to make sure we maintain those rules that you are using currently within the community. We're going to make sure that, yes, we maintain them. We recondition the rules you are using within the community. And even the ones that we are using to transport our resources, we're going to make sure we maintain them. You go to Badger Factory today, we are in the rainy season. You go to Badger Factory today, hmm? The road is deplorable. The road has been like that for over 2 years. The guys are not bothered about it. The management of that particular company called Ever Brazilian Mining Company, they are not bothered about it. What the guys are concerned about is trucks should just pull in, and then they save those trucks. At the end of the day, they get the money that they're supposed to get. But the livelihood of the people doesn't matter to them. The pains the people goes through on a daily basis doesn't matter to them. It is not a concern. You have a company that has been operating in that particular community for over 2 years. They are yet to live up to the agreement they sign up to. They are yet to live up to what they promised the people in the community. What's it all? The leadership sits doing nothing about it. They feel comfortable, and then these are the same people who today, if you get to budget project community, you just raise a little issue at the national level. You will hear some of our brothers criticizing people at the national level. They will be criticizing national leaders. Just a little responsibility the people give you. The people have so many level of trust and confidence within you. They told us that these are the people who we want them to come and serve us. These are the people we can entrust with our community. You have a company that is operating in your community. These guys who leave from China and then come here, some of them who are even Flakaje people in their own country, they come here and then they are dictating to us. They are demanding to us. They are telling us what to do instead of us telling them, this is what we want you to do. You cannot leave from here today and go to China. You start to operate a business there where you sign up to an agreement with the people, and then you are not living up to it. You think within your mind that you're going to remain there. I don't think so. I don't really think so. I don't think so. So, to those of you who are the leaders of that particular community, Bachi Faja community, it is about time that you stand very tall. I am not saying you should go and vandalize the people property. No, that is not what I'm saying to you. But the reason for which the people elected to you to represent them should be realized. Let the people feel the impact of their leadership. Let the people start to feel the impact of their leadership. Just a little community give you the responsibility to lead a group of people in the community. You cannot manage the affairs of the community. You cannot advocate. That is your oversight responsibility. The same way some of you guys can be beating on the backs of lawmakers in this country. You people are the lawmakers of the community dwellers. So that is the same way we ourselves, we're going to be beating on your backs to make sure you do what you're supposed to do for the people who elected you. You're supposed to be doing it. Nobody's supposed to. People not supposed to be begging you to go and do it. That is the job you sign up to. You saw the challenges, the difficulties the people were faced with, and then you sign up to it. So the Emmanuel Halitonji, Raphael Josh Kamara, Joseph Iwate, Emmanuel Silu, Musa Sayon, you guys should not allow the people to come up with protestation, because this is what our leaders normally do in this country. They will sit, observe the warning signs, and then they allow the situation to escalate. When the people reaches the point where they no longer wants to listen to their leaders, that is when they take the law into their own hands. That is when they become very radical. And then at the end of the day, you the leaders we have zero control over the movement of these people. So it is about time that you people put your eyes together, muster the courage, go on behalf of the community, and see how best the community can benefit from what you sign up to. That is the reason for which leadership All governance is continuity. So those who were there, even if they might have signed up to a bogus agreement, you have taken over. Review the document, whatsoever amendment that's supposed to be made, let the amendment be made. But you cannot continue to sit quietly and then you are not bothered about what the people are faced with. You are not bothered about that. You just think within yourself that everything is okay. For the fact that yes, you go to bed, you wake up early in the morning, you go about doing your regular businesses, everything is okay with the people in the community. And that would, of course, it is not true. You cannot get a multi-million dollars company, the ever money company operating within Baja Faja for over 4 years, and then the road that leads to the company is in a deplorable condition. They told you people that we're going to open your alley, we're going to maintain the rules. Baja Faja is one of the beautiful communities along the Japan Freeway. That community is well laid out. There are a lot of alleys connecting from this point to another. So the leadership supposed to start beating on the back of the management, telling them this is what you sign up to. Some of these people, they are Flakaje people in their own country, in China. They leave from China and then comes here. They start to dictate to us, start to tell us what they want to do for us instead of us telling them what we want you to do. The people are the ones telling us what they want to do for us. At the end of the day, we don't realize anything. That company will up if we are not careful. That particular company will operate in that community. At the end of the day, Battery Factor will stand to benefit zero in terms of infrastructure, in terms of finance, in terms of human capacity building. Battery Factor will stand to benefit zero. Those 75% employment they talk about, skilled and unskilled laborers, are they living up to that? They are not living up to that. Sources. There are a lot of people within the community, even within the leadership of that particular community. They have reached out to us, confided. I mean, they sent us these informations, telling us that the 75% agreement, the 75% skill and unskilled laborer agreement the company signed up to, they are not living up to that. At the end of the day, you want to blame national government. You people who are the leaders of that community, you have to start doing what the people elected you for. We don't need to come and sit on the radio and tell you what to do. You're supposed to start doing it. That is the reason for which you sign up to it. So that's just it. And and lastly, the issue about a lady who is claiming ownership, allegedly claiming ownership of 85 acres of land. This is where I have a lot of frustration. The way in which our brothers who are in leadership of the Stoughton Creek community approach the situation. They turn the particular situation into a political rally. Yeah, this is why I'm saying this. Whether it is Roland Kolu, who is still the chairperson of Stoughton Creek Community, or he is no longer the chairperson of Stoughton Creek Community, because what we have been told is that the Stoughton Creek Community is faced with leadership crisis as we speak. So if you go to the community today, you ask this person, they will tell you Roland Kolu is no longer the chairperson of our community. If you speak to another person, they will tell you that Roland Kolu is the chairperson of the community. So, however it is, we will still have our say about it. We will still make some analysis of it. Here is the reason for which I'm saying, or for which I have said, our brothers play that entire thing like a political rally. Here is it. The leader came to the community, right? And then beyond the Starting Creek community, 85 acres of land, claiming a very huge portion, saying that the land belongs to she and her family on grounds that her parents were the one who purchased the land. So such a thing happened. What some of us expected from what was our expectation from the guys who are the leaders or the guys who are the influential people within the community should have reached out to other people, other prominent sons and daughters within the district. But they just play it like it is a political rally. No disrespect to the lawmaker, Representative Elder Papi Flomo. No disrespect to him. I respect him a lot for his portfolio and for the level he has reached in our body politics. I respect him for that. But here is it. You reach out to the lawmaker, right? And then he he pledged his support, or he was with you guys through the entire process from start to finish, or maybe from start to the middle part of the process. But here is it. We talk about reconciling the country. Every day we talk about reconciling the country. How can we reconcile the country when we ourselves are faced with some issues? When we just have a little issue within our community, we cannot reach out to leaders within the district. But we choose to reach out to a single person, and then we are calling for national reconciliation. How possible is it? What's the possibility about us reconciling the district? What's the possibility about us reconciling the country? When we as community dwellers, as people who are residing within the district, we cannot reconcile ourselves. Then what more? How can we reconcile the country? How can we reconcile the country? It was some point in time where the guys the guys thought it was that because Representative Flomo is probably from the CDC, and then some of them are also from the CDC, so it is only about a political party affairs. And that would, of course, I don't see it that way. It shouldn't have been that way. It should have been the way in which you reach out to people. You have the lecture of Cornelia Kratopa. You have the lecture of Ande Bubla Jala. You have Wilma Smith. You have Mama Sika. There are a lot of prominent sons and daughters. There are a lot of prominent sons and daughters within the district. You will have reached out to them. They could be in solidarity with you. They themselves, they have human feelings. You know what I mean? To take over 1,000 people from their homes, eviction is not an easy thing. So I think some of our brothers they got it wrong. The optics for which, or the intent, some of our brothers had political intent, and that would, of course, it was wrong. We cannot be calling for national reconciliation and then just at the level of the community we are not willing to reconcile with each other. I think that is the first thing, from our community, from our homes to our community, from our community to the national level. But if we cannot reconcile our own community, where some of our brother think this particular thing that is happening or that occur is all about a political party or it is all about partisanship. And that which of course it is not about partisanship, it is not about political parties. It is about uniformity. It is about the well-being of the people, being in solidarity. But we did not see it. Some of our friends, we did not see it that way. But then, if you cannot reach out to these people, how do you think these people are going to be able to know the problem you are faced with? Not every one of them are going to be abreast with the major happenings within the district. That is the reason for which some of you guys are the influential people within the community. Should have reached out to these people. But you choose not to do it. You saw it and then you place a sentiment on it. And that which of course I think it was absolutely wrong. It shouldn't have been that way. These people are prominent people within the district. These some of these people they have their properties here. If you are affected, they themselves they will also be affected. It is not about you, it is not about a specific person. It is about every one of us. So you cannot politicize the suffering or the eviction of a group of people. And that would of course I see it as something that was very wrong. It wasn't necessary to have just placed it in a box and put it in front of one person and say this is the person who we want them to run this entire thing. And then you think within your mind that this person can be the only person to resolve the situation. No, nobody have monopoly over wisdom. So to our brothers, I don't mean any harm to you, but this is just what I choose to say to you that the way in which you carry that particular situation, it was wrong. So we are pressed up with time. Um, we will go to the telephone lines 0778 39 57 12. 0778 39 57 12. The WhatsApp number is 080 77 95 44. 080 77 95 44. So these are the numbers to keep your calls clean, to place in your calls. So these are the numbers to place in your calls. You can also catch us on our WhatsApp number, where you can keep your calls coming through on 080 77 95 44. On the local lines 0778 39 57 12. 0778 39 57 12. So that is our local number we have in our studio here. So that's it. We have talked about the issues within the district. So we cannot talk about everything today because we don't have sufficient time. We came on very late. We came on very, 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 very late. So we cannot talk about all of these things today. All right. Okay. So we're gonna take our leave very shortly. We're gonna be taking our leave because of time. We don't have sufficient time. We're gonna be taking our leave. Yeah, very shortly. We're gonna be taking our leave. So that's it. All right. So that's it. This is how we're gonna take our leave, and then we will be back here on Monday, the same time, same station. Do have yourself a pleasant weekend.